Welcome to this week's edition of Enews Updates. I'm Mona Aldashoury, coming to you from the AUS TV studio. At the top, we have a summary of news from around the UAE. Abu Dhabi Transport is launching a system that alerts drivers to improving speed limits. According to Gulf News, the speed-changing areas will be differentiated by color and have increased friction. This helps drivers manage their speed and reduce accidents. These new regulations will be introduced by the end of this year. Government officials have issued a city-wide advisory notice warning of unlicensed operators. According to The National, companies advertise their services on the doors and houses. People seek their expertise to get rid of insects, rodents, and other household pests. However, some of these companies are unlicensed. They use pesticides that could harm the health of the public as well as their own. Head of the Public Health Pest Control, Mr. Hashim Yahya, encourages people to ask for an identity card that ensures that the company is licensed. U.S. President Barack Obama met India's Prime Minister Manmohan Singh on Monday. The president vowed to fight global terrorism as well as resolve the conflict between India and Pakistan over Kashmir. Obama spent 3 days in India, making this his longest visit to a foreign country since his election. Moving on to news from the AUS campus. First up, we have events. AUS hosted the Honors Convocation ceremony in the main auditorium on Wednesday, October 27th. Chancellor Peter Heath awarded more than 200 students on their academic achievement. In order to qualify for the Chancellor's List, students must maintain a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 for 2 consecutive semesters. AUS collaborated with the Office of Student Affairs to pioneer a higher education program for underprivileged students. The Community Service Charity Scholarship will be provided to students fulfilling the established AUS admission requirements. Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, Dr. Mona Aldashoury, said that this would help students become responsible citizens. AUS hosted a jazz and electronics concert on October 18th. Performance included Patrick Beblar on the piano, Mike Rossi on the saxophone, and Ulrich Swiss playing the electronics. As a band, they have collaborated to different parts of the world, including South Africa and Germany. The Arabic Book Fair was held from the 17th of October to the 21st. The opening was held by the Vice Chancellor of Public Affairs, Salim Al-Qasr, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah Al-Thani, and the Dean of CAS, Mark Edward Rush. 700 Arabic literature and some Islamic books were displayed to promote Arabic heritage. In student accomplishments, Shama Al-Qasim was the first AUS and Emirati student to intern at the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Shama was among other 12 students who came from different universities around the world to join the educational training program for international students organized by NASA. Now for some department news. Architecture is now officially a 4-year program for starting students. Previously, it had been a 5-year program. Students who were admitted prior to fall 2010 will still need to complete the entire 5 years. Next, we have the brief on environmental news. Environment 100 students with Dr. Sandra Knutson conducted a campaign on November 4th to reduce overfishing at AUS. The campaign aimed to raise awareness about overfishing and encouraged alternative fishing consumption. Participants were also given a UAE consumer guide that helps consumers to wisely buy their fish. Finally, we have sports. Dr. Saad Ibrahim, manager of the sports complex at AUS, encourages students to exercise during exam week, claiming that exercise reduces the production of stress hormones and helps to improve grades. Dr. Ibrahim recommended exercising 2 to 3 times a week. Visit the sports complex for more information. That's all for this edition of Enews Updates. For more information, log on to www.enewsmcm.com.